Buy food and freeze COVID weekend is coming open your mouth because nobody will blow your trumpet like you. I make the best meals and everybody should eat my food before they die. The hardest time for me, to be honest, was in 2020 and it was COVID. So such a mentally draining time. Yes, I lost another 6 figure at that time. But my peace of mind is always very important to me. A lot of entrepreneurs do not enjoy themselves.
True.
When you do not enjoy yourself, that's where you get burnt out. So as hard as you work, make sure you ball. Enjoy while you can. Because now waiting there your belly, you go use cook. Nobody expected me to cook. And my biggest will be when I have money, to be honest. To be honest.
Hi guys, so I'm super excited about today's episode because on today's episode, we have the one and only Onimim Fifi Karibo. Her name is Chef Fifi. Now, Chef Fifi has been in the food industry for well over 11 years. She started this business in 2012 and she has been able to grow it out of, she started in her home kitchen years ago. Right now, she runs a proper business with a lot of staff. She has grown this business to the point where she travels around nations of the world on food tours. You know the way musicians travel on music tours? Exactly. Chef Fifi goes on food tours across nations of the world. This episode is super interesting and insightful. We talked about how she started, how she grew, how she has been able to manage, disappointments, failures, success, and all that, and down to her personal life, how she loves to enjoy herself, how she loves to go out and eat from other people, how she loves to ride bikes, and all that. This episode is very interesting and insightful. You would absolutely enjoy yourself. So as always, relax, cross your leg, grab your popcorn and your notepad, and let's get watching. Make sure you watch till the end and subscribe. Now to the show. Hello everybody, and once again, welcome to another episode of the Entrepreneurs Connect show. Of course, you know how we do here on the Entrepreneurs Connect show. What we're basically doing is talking to African entrepreneurs, hearing them tell their real life stories, hearing them share their perspective about life, business, hearing them talk about their successes, their failures, and everything in between. On today's episode, we have a special guest, and you're in for a jolly good ride. Without further ado, before I go to the further ado part, this thing just came to my mind. Some of you used to watch this podcast, you don't used to subscribe, you don't used to like it. We just come out and see views, no likes. Subscribe to the channel, please, okay, and help us grow, because the bigger we get, the bigger the kind of guests we can get in on the show, right? So help the community. Bless ya. Now, without further ado, I'm going to introduce the guest for today's episode. Somebody I've been following for years, around 8 years now. I started following her in 2015 precisely, and I've seen the great work she has done with her, brand and her business and everything. It's with great pleasure I want to welcome to the show today, Fifi Onimim Karibo. Did I get it right?
More like Onimim Karibo.
Onimim Karibo. Where's Fifi from?
Fifi is a moniker. It's a pet name from my mom. So if you have to ever write me a check,
it has to be Onimim Karibo.
Onimim Karibo. That's right. The one that will go through. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
But I like Fifi though.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Beautiful. Thank you for accepting our invitation, and thank you for coming on the show today.
You're welcome.
All right. So, like I told you earlier, we're just gisting, nothing too serious. Okay, we're not having an interview on Arise TV or channel or any of those guys. So I want you to feel free and share as much as you can within the time that we have. Is that fine?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. Beautiful. Let's get right into it. So, welcome, Fifi. I want you to take me back to where it all started. What was life like for you, growing up and all that?
Okay, I grew up as the last child of both parents. I say both parents because I'm from a mixed family. So, last child, very last child. So, yeah, there were good times, bad times. My dad died quite early.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
How old are you then?
I was about 11.
Crazy.
Yeah, just about in JS2 or so when he passed. So it was a bit stressful, because we were quite close at the time.
How did you take it?
I tried my best. I cried when I could, but I think I did good. So, pretty much last born. But I'm not a typical last born, Sha.
So
you ask me.
You don't have
last born syndrome. Well, sometimes I did switch. But I don't think I'm a typical last born, no.
So you grew up as a last born. Let me see, you had everybody ahead of you already?
Yeah, my immediate eldest brother is 6 years ahead of me. So yes, I don't think they were expecting to have me. It was like a mistake.
You just call yourself.
No. They love me totally, but I'm just saying, like, you know, when
They don't hang boots.
yeah,
But somehow
yeah,
they have
I
scope.
just showed up. But I'm sure they like me. They need me now, though.
I see. Beautiful. So what was life like? You growing up, family, school, how was it?
Okay, I spent a lot of my life in Port Harcourt. Like, all my education happened here.
Okay.
From primary school, secondary school, university, everything happened in Port Harcourt. But the only time I really left town for a very long stretch was during NYSC, when I served in in Imo State, Olu local government, to be precise.
So you said all your education was in Port Harcourt?
Yeah, everything happened in Port Harcourt. So I did my primary school in Port Harcourt, secondary school Port Harcourt, university I was in Uniport. Yeah, I was in Uniport for 4 years. Then I did NYSC in Olu in Imo State. Even then, I was still coming home every time. But I was a good core member. No, honestly, I had awards. I was the best core member.
Really?
Yes. No.
You have evidence?
Yes, I do. Actually, in my local, I was the best core member.
Cool.
No.
What did you study in school?
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry?
Yes.
Help me understand what you're doing today and biochemistry. What is it?
It's very connected because there's food biochemistry.
So do you do food biochemistry?
I would say that because I have a product I made.
I would say that. Did you do it at school?
Yes, I did. In year 4. It's a course.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
I think I had a B. I did food biochemistry, so yes.
It makes sense.
Yes,
Would you say you've been a born entrepreneur, or did you discover it along the way? Did you think that I'll do a 9 to 5 or this entrepreneurship thing? Let me try.
If I had my way, or if I look back, you know how everybody wanted to be a doctor at some point.
Yeah.
Then moved on from medicine. Okay, this medicine, I don't think this medicine is going to work, and I did biochemistry. So I didn't even get biochemistry as, you know how people apply for medicine and then get biochemistry or get something else. So I applied for biochemistry.
Oh,
yes, it was intentional.
Why did you apply for biochemistry?
Okay, at that time, my cousin I looked up to did biochemistry, and she did good. So I'm like, okay, this is not a bad course. And with biochemistry, it was such it's a very vast course.
Okay.
So you can work in very many places. So I thought to myself, okay, employment would be a bit easy studying this course, because you could work in the hospital, you could work in the brewery, you could. The options are very many.
I like that. That's smart.
Yes,
the options into school and
yeah. So the options for biochemistry were limitless at that time. So nice. I'm like, okay, this is not a bad course.
when people are going to school and they just choose any course, why are you studying freaking zoology? What's wrong with you?
Sometimes make another day for house. That's kind of thing. Yeah. So doing biochemistry, I applied for biochemistry in Uniport, and I applied for biotechnology in Futo.
Oh,
yeah, so I got both admissions at the same time. I'm like, okay, Uniport is close. In case my money finish, I can quickly go home instead of having to, enter transport and all that. So I did biochemistry in Uniport for 4 years. After which I went to Olu, like I said earlier, and I did my NYSC. So I think what I'm doing now were expressions of all that I went through in uni. Even since secondary school. Because of my position, I'm the last child, so growing up, you will not really expect. Nobody expected me to cook because, I had sisters that would do all that.
Yeah.
I had sisters, I had cousins, so I was never in the kitchen. In fact, the only times they would call me, I would tell them my stomach is paining me. Something must be wrong with me. So it's really funny. They laugh at me that, okay, this is my job. I was never well now. I come on, I'm sick. My head is aching me. I'll cry. Don't let me be, So, but I also discovered that I like to experiment. So when I was in university, my family had gotten me an off camp.
Yes, off camp.
Off K. What's it called?
That's it. Off
K. Okay. Yeah. So I had an apartment. I had a kitchen. So I used to just have fun and cook. So I'll call my friends. Okay, come and eat. So it didn't happen a lot, but I would do it because I didn't even cook for myself in school. I would go to restaurant and eat. But when I was in my zone, I'll be like, you guys come, let's hang out and just eat. So I kept doing that. When I went to serve, I still did that for the core members I had befriended. You guys come over, let's eat. Oh, I'll cook food. Let's try this out. I was following a lot of food blogs then.
Okay.
This was before Instagram.
Yeah.
No, there are food blogs online. I used to watch and listen to their videos, read about. I'm like, then I'll be by myself. I'll have imaginations about this food mix. So since like I had my kitchen, I had control. I'll try it out and call people to come and eat because that's my MO. And post NYC had just ended. I finished. I got back home and because we had a chef in the house. So at that time, the guy was sacked.
Okay.
And we're looking for another chef. So like, I was feeling like I got the shit down. Like, let me try. I'm like, I should just hold on. Let me try. So I started making breakfast, lunch, dinner. I was just cooking at home. And I started taking pictures on my then BlackBerry phone. So BlackBerry had these DP things. DP? Yeah, now. DP. Yeah. So I'll take a picture. I'll say breakfast is served. I'll make it nice, put tomatoes, put lettuce, just make it pretty and post it on my BlackBerry. So it was getting some attention, pretty much. Fifi kilo, so me now. It was getting a lot of attention. I think I started posting on Facebook too. It was getting attention. The people would be like, I want some. And I'd be like, it's not for sale, it's just for fun, you know. So I'd be like, no, we have to have some. Then some of my good guys, my friends, when I cook, I'll just save a little for them. Maybe they'll come drive by. It wasn't for sale. They drive by, come get some, or I'll take it to them, or just like that. Up until I think the first thing I did that is noteworthy was probably in September of the following year. I finished my NYC 2012. So that would be September of 2013, I think. A friend of ours we're throwing a surprise party for this guy. And of course, we're trying to save costs. So they said to me, Fifi, you go cook. I'm like, They say you cook. They gave me meals to make. They say you will make it. I said, no, now. I said, this is how I want to disgrace my family. I said, this is how I want to finish my life. I did not sleep well. I won't even lie. I remember it was on a Sunday. And they had it all planned. In fact, I think they won't deceive me because they asked me to draw up menu. So if you see me calling food, let's make pepper soup. I don't know that it was me that was
coming to you.
So at the end of the day, we finally had the party. I brought the food, and everybody was like, "This food is nice." So, and they were like, "See who cook am?" They're like, "This small girl." Well, I was about maybe like 23 or 24 at that time. Like, no, this small girl cook am. I'm like, I said, my food is nice like this. I started feeling cool. So like, so I didn't destroy my family name. So okay.
You did them proud.
So of course, when you have good reviews, it boosts your confidence. Then around that time, small gigs were coming up. Can you do this? Can you do this? I see this something viable. But still, I still did not see myself as a commercial food vendor. At that time I had plans to go to do university in the United Kingdom. So I was applying for schools or whatnot. So the food thing was just a side thing. And then God blessed me with some good friends who at that time insisted that Fifi, you should really do this. Start a food business. I'm like, no.
You have to give them a shout out.
Yeah, my friends, Kalada Numbre, Ifoma and Nene, literally, they pushed me to my limits. Actually, Ifoma, it was so funny that was the year Instagram came out.
Oh.
Maybe Instagram was around 2015, right? 2015 and 16.
It was before that time, actually, but yeah.
Instagram. But Instagram started getting popular. Okay, so maybe 2016. And she was like, join Instagram. I'm like, my phone, I was still using a BlackBerry. I know BlackBerry and Instagram they were not compatible.
So Android to have Instagram.
Yep. So I'm like, my BlackBerry know they work for Instagram. She said, no. She said, okay. She sent me money to buy a phone.
Oh wow.
Yes.
That's
She insisted. She was like, Instagram is a bigger platform than your BlackBerry, because BlackBerry is only people that had your PIN that could access your content. Remember? She was like, I should join Instagram. I said no. So she not gave me money to buy a phone. I chopped the money. I whacked it. I say for that money, I don't die more. She said, Fifi. I said, I had issues. She didn't say anything. So in 2015, I remember I had just come back from, because I have a B2 in French. I did a French course.
Nice.
So I had just come back from my immersion program in what's this country now? West Cotonou is Benin Republic. Yes. I just come from a immersion program in Benin Republic. So of course I had to come through Lagos. So she was in her NYC in Lagos at that time. She was like, I was October 1st, it was Independence Day. She was like, let's go out. So we went out. She said she now entered the shop. And then she now bought the phone for me by herself. So I don't work the money again. So that's how I got on Instagram. And she gave me the phone. I got on Instagram that same day, It's okay. We're now saying, okay, what are we going to call the business? I came up with some silly name. She said never. It was banter until we arrived at Fifi's Food House.
nice.
Yeah, so we checked that it could go through CSC and all that shit, and so that's the story. And of course, I did not have anything. I was still a makeshift chef in my house. We had gotten a new chef at that time, so I was still working from home, my sister's house. So I would advertise a menu. People will make orders. I will cook in the house kitchen. Maybe if I advertise in the night, if some orders that come, I know that I'll wake up early and do the orders for lunch. I got in contact with a delivery company to help with my deliveries. Then my sister gave me a motorcycle. They had motorcycles they were using for their company, and nobody was using it at that time. So they gave me one of that, which was eventually stolen later. But yeah, crazy stuff. I've lost 2 bikes.
How did you get stolen?
Okay, so in 2017 or 2018, we had now gotten our pickup shop in GRA on Olele Street, and I had this rider. And one afternoon they called me, ma, the bike no day. I said, what do you mean? He said the bike no day. I said, no day how? So everybody was inside the shop. They parked the bike outside. Until today, we don't know how happened to the bike. So it was rolled away. I kept making jokes. I said, Jesus rolled away Lazarus stone. They rolled away my bike. But it was good, child. It's okay. After that, I've gotten like 3 other bikes. So yeah.
Oh, crazy. How did it impact your business immediately when you lost that bike?
Of course.
Any place where you could chest it?
I've always been a chester. I'll cry, but the show must go on. Okay, your bike is lost, but somebody has paid for 1 plate of rice. You have to get it to the person. Even if you have to trek there, you get. So I've always been a chester, so I took it. And with the emergence of a lot of logistics companies, it helped that there were people I could outsource the service to. So we just kept on outsourcing until the bikes were replaced. The bike was replaced, and then we got some more other bikes to do the deliveries. Yeah.
Wow, that's a crazy story.
Yeah, and I lost another bike some months ago.
You lost? Wow.
Yeah, so it's crazy.
Recently?
So, I lost a bike in April.
It was rolled away as well.
Rolled away. That's the MO. Rolled away. Yes.
Wasn't there like a tracker or any of those?
No
things?
tracker on that one. There was no tracker. We just rolled away, and funny, the bike, the number plate had just fallen off and all. There were a lot of setbacks. When the government here put a ban on bikes, so getting them. In fact, we are just paid
How
for.
were you able to do business in that moment? That was like almost a year.
I don't know. We've been chesting it. That's the word for today, chesting. We use bolts. we use bolts. I use my car. I used. There's some times I had to give some of my staff to take public transport just to go and deliver a meal. It was horrid. Like, it was. Those were really dark times. But somehow, looking back, we've always scaled through these dark times. We've had the darkness of COVID we passed through. Then, almost like we're getting our feedback again. This whole bike ban started, but we scaled through. But it reduced our daily orders at that time because it was ridiculous putting meals on board, something that we were doing for 500 naira before. And then there was a lady, she used to order food from us every day, every single day, and she likes small chops, she likes pancakes, she likes rice. Those are the things she liked. And these meals were like, at that time in that year, it was under 2k. So buying food for 2k and then you now have to pay bowls for 1.7. It didn't make sense. So I was like, maybe she's there buying akara by her side. I don't know what she was eating next, but there were adverse effects on the long run on our businesses. So we started putting pressure on other areas. So the way my business is, it's multifaceted. In as much as we sell food, but we sell food in different dimensions. So we have food in bowls, we have the daily orders, we have food trays, we have bulk orders, and we have event catering. So when we saw that we're having challenges with this daily orders, we now had to put pressure on other aspects of the business. We also do trainings, teaching people. So when one was not having good success, we just put a mounting pressure on the other aspects. So that's how we're able to stay afloat until the bike ban came up and came back.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
The lesson I'm learning so far is resilience, not making excuses, and because things have to be done, you get them done regardless of
things have to be done,
whatever is happening.
Yes, exactly. The show has to go on.
How did you find expand to the point where you found the right kind of people to start working with you?
I get asked this question a lot. A lot, because I have long-serving staff.
How long? How was the longest serving staff?
About 7 years.
Crazy.
Yes. So it's I won't say it's a gamble, because I've also had to let go of a lot of staff. And some other staff, of course, have to go on and do other things with themselves. But one factor is keep your mind open and treat people right. Treat people right. So in as much as human beings can be vile creatures, I try to make sure that I give my 100. Okay, this is what you're working for me. This what I expect from you. This is what you expect from me. And then I give extra. For example, just some little tips. Every staff has a birthday party in my office. Like, we literally throw you a party. So I may not be paying you 1 billion naira, but we're celebrating. So it's now like a festival in my office. The staff looking forward to the next person's party. They even wear uniform on that day. They say like, today my color are red, So it's something that making them happy. So we do that. We don't owe salaries. We make sure that people are paid before the month end. Nobody's owed. Even if you're being owed, nobody's owed, to be honest. I don't think I've paid anybody later than first or second. And maybe that person's account number wasn't going through or something funny. So I just make sure that they are happy. I give them one meal. I give them food, like organized food for them. I try to buy their water. I give them tips. So a lot of my staff are comfortable. I may not be the best paying, but we try to create a non-toxic environment. Even if I'm yabbing them, it's usually banter. They are relaxed around me. Myself are not afraid of me. But they know when push comes to shove, you have to do what you gotta do, else you're out. That sort of thing. So there's a great balance. And so far, they know that I care about them. It's not about, only about what they make for me. I care about them, so they can have issues and talk to me about it. So I think that's a very that's what sustains my staff strength. I've had long serving staff. In fact, my driver has been in my life since 2012.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Long.
a long.
Yes, and he knows that I love him. Like I can do anything to make him happy. So once they know that, they're at peace. So even if they have to leave, nobody will work for you forever. Even if they have to leave, almost everybody that has worked for me you see them drive through, that they want to come and say hello. There's no, what's going on? I try not to have animosity. Of course, I'm not a saint, of course, but we try to leave animosity under 1%. So most of them can always come by, swing by. Everybody's happy. So we try to create that environment. It's not perfect because they fight amongst themselves.
Of course,
You be like entrepreneurship. One thing about entrepreneurship, you also have to learn how to be a judge because you could just do your own. They brought problem. This one said that to me. My dear, I'm hungry. I'm thinking of how to pay salary. You're coming to tell me they took your water. Rubbish. So it's part of it, really. Yeah.
Actually, do you have a vacancy for an extra driver? I can drive. I mean,
So I can
so I
drive.
can do anything to make me happy.
Okay, I see.
So 2 questions. What would you say has been your biggest win since you started, and what would you say has been your biggest setback?
Setbacks. I couldn't move around thinking about my setback. Maybe you should have told me 3 weeks ago to think about my setback. So I would have been calculating, which one? Where did I mess up? Setback.
Have you started any project before in the field?
Oh, yeah. I won't call them major setbacks because I won't call them major setbacks. The hardest time for me, to be honest, was in 2020, and it was COVID. And COVID happened to everybody. COVID year, we had to make refunds. Huge sums of money. Major
How
in
huge?
millions.
You want to share?
No, but it ran into 6 figures. And, some of those we had.
So those are events?
Yes. So you could see that it's not these people's fault. These events cannot happen. And then.
Had you already bought some of the items?
Yes, I had in some of them. Some of them were I had to refund. Some of them were understanding, so we had to give them partial refunds. So we did partial refunds, full refunds, but it was such a mentally draining time. But you see, like I said, it was COVID year, and the event aspect wasn't working. You see, nobody was having events anyway, so we had to put our focus on other areas. So food in bowls became a thing. Buy food and freeze COVID weekend is coming weekend is coming. But so we made good sales in that aspect. Packed food. People were having funerals and there was no interaction. We had to create nice boxes. That's when this food trading was popping too. So as a business person, you always have to find alternatives. You have to be on your toes at every time, because one place may be giving you a huge sum of revenue, but one government policy can come up and shake things up.
True.
So you're doing a business, yes, but your business should have multiple streams. So it's one business, it's food, but it has multiple streams. So when one side is blocked or is not as liquid as you would like, something else can be paying the bills. So that's
Makes sense.
so truly, I wouldn't say I've had any. Okay, in 2020, and what year was that now? 2021. I was out of the country, and we had a deal with some organization to give them breakfast. and no, it was 3 meals. Were to give them breakfast, tea break, lunch, and dinner for 1 week. So we had an agreement, and I don't know where they went wrong in their describing the scope of the job, because they told me we were to feed children. So of course, price was based on
The children.
I can't be feeding you,
Yeah.
right? What it costs to feed me and what it costs to feed you will not be the same. What it costs to feed my 9-year-old nephew will not be the same, right? So we had that plan. We drew up a menu. The menu was approved, and we started. So I think by day 1, I was doing a West African tour at that time. So by day 1, I was already out of Nigeria. So I'd gone, and we gave them the meals that were on the menu as agreed. And the people there, like the recipients, I say, no, this kind of, it was a government-ish arrangement. So we don't know, maybe they were doing kickbacks. I don't really understand. But this is what I gave you this, you approved it, you said yes. There was a vetting that went on, and you're saying this is not what you want. So what am I supposed to do at this time? So midway into the whole thing, I think we had gotten to Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, I don't think we made it to Wednesday, or Wednesday, thereabouts, Wednesday. And they were complaining, and the food is small. But I'm like, you want to pay Goliath, David money and eat Goliath food? It can't work now. I'm supposed to be running a business, not charity. So at that time, I gave them a refund. I told them, like, guy, I lost a lot of money.
Crazy.
Because the food was supposed to go with drinks, supposed to go with snacks, supposed to go with, so some of them, to make sure that I had outsourced, I had paid for. I had bought the drinks. In fact, I said dashing people mineral that period because mineral 1 kilo for our office. I bought water, I bought drinks. So I told them, like, my peace of mind is always very important to me. So I'm like, this thing is not working. Take your money back. So yes, I lost another 6 figure at that time, but I'm like, okay, find somebody else, and maybe if find who can do this for you, So, but we've been more careful since then. Okay, this is what you want. Please.
I see.
See, is this? Are you sure?
Check them again.
Especially catering. They'll say, we're having only 100 guests. I say, are you sure? 100 guests. Did you count you say you're inviting commissioner? Did you count his driver? So these are issues we face. You have to make it more encompassing.
Yeah.
Did you count your cameraman? Is the DJ counted? That they will come and harass you. You will have bodyguards. Are you adding them in the 100? Because sometimes it now looks like we are keeping something away from them, So we try, of course, it cannot be 100%, but we try to be more careful. So we have it on record. Okay, this is what I said to you. This is what he said to me. See. So that's it. So those will be my setbacks, really.
So let's talk about your win. So let's say you've been your biggest win.
My biggest win. My win is anytime I have money, my dear. Anytime I get a credit.
You always have money. So
you said, come again?
Of course. Do you know who you are?
Don't say that though.
Do you know you're safe?
I'm nobody, according to Buhari. Okay, so what will be my biggest win? My biggest win will be when I have money, to be honest. To be honest. Yeah. When I every time someone, without prodding, all right, without coercion, has our food and says that it's good, especially when I am not the one that made it, because in my head, my business will never grow if I have to keep micromanaging it.
True.
It's a Monday afternoon, and I'm here with you, but I am still.
Business is still going on.
It's going on.
Yeah, you have to have great structure to get that done.
Yes. So that is my win. So that is, let me use the word, that's my biggest flex. That I can be anywhere and have my business running at the same time. It's my biggest flex ever. So that's my win. Like, I've had to travel a lot in this few months. You know, in September we did like a UK tour. So I was
you're in and out of the UK this period.
No, I've been to the UK once this year. I went to other places.
Oh.
Okay, so we had like a UK tour, and I was working in the UK. And
So when you say like a UK tour, can you help me understand?
What?
When you say like a UK tour, can you help me understand?
Like food, we
So
went
like a food tour.
food tour, yes. So like I went to the UK and I was sending food across the United Kingdom to our clients. You know, our sources and all. So Nigeria was still working at that time. So it was such a relief for me. That's why some people think, okay, I'm living my best life, because I can do anything I want to do, to be honest. I can decide to sleep in, I go to work, and it's that's why I'm not burnt out. You know, before you started this interview, you asked me how I've been able to stay for this long. I learned delegation early enough. I learned how to impute myself in my staff. I learned to be open-minded. I know that these people will not be there forever.
Yeah.
But for this time, I need you. And I need you to be me. So, I teach them without holding back. Because I need you to replicate me so that I can ride my bike. It's okay. So I can ride my bike. It's okay if you... That's fine.
We're actually going to talk about so the other day I see your post. You went to, was it Omagua? You went to get meat or something like that.
Okay, yes.
And then back to Pleasure Park with the bike. This babe, they ride bike.
Yes, too. I ride a motorcycle. An R3 Yamaha.
Wow.
And she has a name. Her name is Chika.
How did you discover that passion?
Well, I've always liked bikes. I like the sound of bikes. The revving just makes me so happy. Like you have my attention. Just that we have to. My ringtone is a bike sound.
Crazy.
Yeah, my ringtone is a bike revving. So I've always been fascinated with bikes, and so as soon as I could afford one, I got one. Yeah, I learned how to ride. I was afraid, of course, but you know, there's a lot of frowning at girls riding bikes. You know, people are already frowning at guys riding bikes. So you can imagine,
It's a male sport.
It's a male sport. So you can imagine when you're a woman and you're riding a motorcycle. But I've found out that riding a motorcycle is one of the best things that happened to me. Like,
Why do you say that?
it's therapeutic. I can never have a bad day after I've ridden my bike. Most of the
It
time.
helps you clear your head.
Yes, like you're feeling free. I'm a very responsible rider. Right? Yes, I do.
You don't look it.
I don't.
You don't look it. You look like you're rough.
I look like I'm rough. No, I'm a very responsible rider. Very responsible. I ride in safe limits. And if I'm having a bad day, I want to have a better day, I ride my motorcycle. Yes. It's very therapeutic. I don't know any rider that is unhappy. To be honest. So if you get a bike, think about it.
I should get it, but that's like tough sports for me.
Why?
I'm okay with my car.
No. Try, think about it. After tonight, before you sleep.
I should just ponder. I should get the bike.
Think about it.
Think about it.
You get a bike. There's nothing. You wear gear. I've fallen down from my bike a couple of times.
Right?
Well, I'm not sure you want to learn from me, but then I could point you to where you can learn. Yeah, if you can ride a manual car and a bicycle, then you can ride a motorcycle.
So if you cannot ride the manual car,
you learn.
Nice. So, last question is, how do you... There are two questions actually in there. Last question. So, you've been doing this for so long, everything going on now. What would you say are the top 3 lessons you've learned?
Number 1, open your mouth. Open your mouth, and by opening my mouth or your mouth, I don't mean open your mouth for a flight to enter inside. It's pretty much being your own brand ambassador. Because nobody will blow your trumpet like you will. People can help you. Like you could refer me, Mr. Joseph, but you will not tell the clients about Fifi's Food House like I will.
True.
So even if you tell the clients passionately, the client may throw some questions at you that you may not be able to answer.
True.
So I have learned to blow my own trumpet, to tell everyone that cares to know that I'm the best at this. Like I own this. I make the best meals. And everybody should eat my food before they die. So, yes. So I've learned to open my mouth. I've also learned to treat people good. Because I know for certain that the world, I tell people that the world is a dot. It's a really small place. It's when I say the world is small, I try to make it, it's a dot. It's just like toying. It's very small. So you never know how fast you're going to go around that dot. So the world is a really small place. So a client or somebody you treat badly or a staff that you treat badly can mar the total output of things in the long run. So I try to treat everybody as good as I can. Of course, some people need violence. Yes. Violence, you know, but I try to follow peace. You know, the scripture says, I'm a Christian, and the Bible says, as much as lies within your power, follow peace with all men. So that's that scripture. Even if I don't know any scripture again, see that one I've held it for a very long time. As much as light within my power, I follow peace with all men. So I know the world is small. One referral can change my life.
True.
One down talk can change my life. So I try to be careful with that. And what the third thing be now? The third thing may not be business, but enjoy your life.
Guys.
As saying, I am, you know, I have an alter ego. I call it Obiageli. You know, that's my name. I give myself. I'm not even Igbo, but I call myself Obiageli. And I tell people to not postpone enjoyment. Enjoy while you can. If you earn 10K, make sure that you have enjoyment money inside that 10K. Enjoy. Because in pidgin, now waiting there your belly, you go use go. So, do not postpone enjoyment. A lot of entrepreneurs do not enjoy themselves.
True.
And when you do not enjoy yourself, that's where you get burnt out. And before you know, you start a business, 2-3 years in, you can't do it again. And you get your hands off the plow. And for some people, it's a repeated cycle. They keep doing that over and over again. But whatever your hands have found to do, try and make time for enjoyment within the spheres of that job and also outside of it. Take time, delegate. If you can't delegate at some point, you can take days off. Because if you drop down and die, the world will continue without you. Before you're even buried, if you're not a Muslim and they're buried the next day, before your body is cold, people that will cry. And the world will move on. I lost someone that I thought I loved too much, you know. And I know she died in October. But see, I can't remember when she died in October again. Before I used to keep the date in my head. Then on that day I'll cry. But I cannot remember the day she died. The world has moved on. It doesn't mean I did not love her. But she has died. You see? So, make sure that when you leave the earth, you go and meet your maker as somebody that has enjoyed. Whether you're making 5K profit or not, enjoy yourself.
Because now it's in the bed.
You go carry go. So, and it's not just food, or like we're not gonna eat and get fat. But to be honest, make sure, prioritize yourself. Enjoy your life. Enjoy it. Anything that makes you happy.
I agree, she's pushing it.
Yes.
Enjoy your life.
I am the minister of enjoyment. That's why I'm a food vendor. So, no, food is part and parcel of enjoyment. You see, if you like books, like I can see books everywhere here, you buy yourself a book. Read it. If sleeping is what will make you feel like you have enjoyed, take long naps. Sleep. If taking walks, if going to sit out with your friends, make sure you enjoy yourself, because people are getting depressed these days. There's depression on the rise, and it's because people are not having me time anymore. So as hard as you work, make sure you ball. It's important.
As hard as you work, make sure you ball.
Yes, please.
Fifi 2023.
The enjoyment minister.
So finally, how do you save and invest your money? All this money you're making from everywhere.
That's all this money I'm making. I think money is plenty. Okay, I try to save in forex.
Very important, actually.
I try to save in forex, and then I learned from Money Culture. There's an organization called Money Culture. So we buy shares. So the dream is to be eventually able to sustain my lifestyle without having to work. So it'll take a lot of money, but I'm as little as I can. I buy shares. Like today, I earn money from GT Bank. Shares. I don't work in GT, but it's not much, but it shows that if I keep going at it, it gets a time where I don't have to.
Yeah, it'll amount to something.
Yeah, it will amount to I don't have to work. So primarily, that's what I do. I buy shares. So I won't call them stockbrokers. My stockbroker is Meristem, but I have a company that directly manages my shares.
Oh, nice.
So we put in money there, and then they understand the market properly, so they understand which companies are viable, which companies should we buy extra. So yes, pretty much. And then I eat the rest. I eat.
And you buy.
But I chop. I make sure I chop it.
And I travel.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's my poison. Yeah.
And then you go to the gym.
I go to the gym. Yes. I'm living a balanced life.
Well, Helen, this episode has been amazing. I feel like we could go on and on, but we are constrained by time right now, and I do hope that we have you again on the show some of the time.
If you have me, I'll come.
Thank you for accepting the invitation.
You're welcome.
I will certainly invite you again.
Okay.
All right, guys. This has been the Entrepreneurs Connect show with Fifi. Her name is actually Onimin Karigo.
Okay.
But Fifi is the name. Yeah. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching. Make sure you do leave a comment. Tell us what you learned. Tell us what you liked about this episode. And then if you feel like Fifi is beautiful, please leave a comment as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in another episode. Take care of yourself, everybody. And cheers. Bye-bye.